What's going on, y'all? It's Elijah Locks, and today we got another prize picks video for you guys. In today's video, we are going to be giving you guys 6 NBA and WNBA player props I love on the board for this Tuesday, May 28th NBA playoff matchups and just WNBA regular season. Again, we're going to be giving you guys 3 players from this nice little Minnesota Timberwolves versus Dallas Mavericks game that we got NBA playoffs. Game 4, hopefully they don't get swept, keep this nice little series going. And if not, it's going to move on to the NBA Finals. This is a big game for Minnesota to just get their season going. And then I found some great value player props I love on the WNBA end. So we're going to be combining these 2 games, or not even 2 games, but this NBA with the WNBA for a nice little 6-man for you guys. As you guys can see, this was the last 6-man that we gave you guys on the channel. We did a similar play, 3 WNBA and then 3 NBA players. So we're going to be running it back with those ones. Got a pretty big, nice little 3-game slate. So we got some decent players I could find on the board. But before again, this 6-man that I got for you guys, make sure to drop a like and subscribe with those post notifications turned on. You're just being the word of me, but granted for you guys, trying to give you guys the best content, the best value, and the best breakdowns I can find on this prize picks board for you guys. If you guys are a fan of the NBA and are new to this channel, this is a perfect channel for you guys. I'm going to be uploading every single day that we got an NBA playoff game till the end of the season. So again, if you guys want to get notified whenever these games go out and just are a fan of prize picks and even just want to come for the player of the day, I give you guys a player of the day in every single video. So if you guys just want to come for that and pair it with the player that you guys like of your choice, you guys can go ahead and do that. But again, make sure this post notifications turn on. Literally for the last 3 weeks, every single video, at least one player and he has even gotten taken down and or bumped up. So if you guys, make sure this post notifications turn on to get notified whenever these videos go out for you guys, so you guys don't miss any of those players at the great value that we find them at and even taken down off the board. So with that being said, we're going to go hop right into the players that we got for today. With our player of the day, we're going to be rocking with Derrick Jones Jr. over his 3.5 rebounds line. Now, I love this rebound line for him. As you guys can see, he's a small forward. If we look at Minnesota defensively on giving up rebounds, he typically plays that small forward shooting guard position, and that is where they're most vulnerable to. As you guys can see, point guard, they're solid, power forward, center, they're all solid. But their weak spot in giving up boards is that shooting guard, small forward area. As you guys can see, ranked 22nd, giving around 8.1 rebounds a game, and the small forward being ranked 13th, giving around 7.1 rebounds a game. So again, this is a super high ceiling for this guy to hit his line. The first 2 games against these guys, he hit this line, and then obviously last game, he didn't really see like that many rebound chances compared to the first 2 games, 6 and 7 on top of the 4 that he already had. And then outside of the 2, he only had 4 more other opportunities. But I really love this line against these guys. As you guys can see, in his last 5 games, he's gone over this line. His last 6 games, he's gone over this line 5 of those games, going over this line 83% of the time. Obviously, the only time he did not hit was this last game. But what I really like is the absence of Derek Lively in this game. There should be a lot more opportunities for him to just grab those rebounds. He's getting a super high increase in minutes for just Gafford and all those bigger guys. So again, with that lack of one of the main crucial bigs in this offense, he should see those opportunities and just be able to go out there and grab those boards. The rotation is going to be kind of weird. So far in the series, he's been seeing decent minutes as well. As you guys can see, like 33 minutes on average. So the absence and just the rotation being kind of different, I feel like this minutes line should go up to like 35. So again, just a super high ceiling for him to hit this line. Only 3.5. He's gone over this line majority of the time against these guys in their head-to-heads. Obviously the last one, but I expect this one to be a nice little bounce-back game for him to just do his thing. Again, absence of the big rebounder on this team, it should be a great day for him to just go out there and grab those boards. So with the minis he's playing, he should be able to grab those 4 boards easily. And this is the guy I'm rocking with on the player of the day in today's video. As you guys can see, other sportsbooks have some insane value on him as well. Caesars has him at minus 155, which is insane value. So I expect this one to get bumped up to like 4 and or even taken down since it sits at a pretty slow line. So again, BetMGM has him at minus 130. FanDuel minus 122, DraftKings minus 122. So again, whenever you find a player typically 155 or above 160, typically these guys either get bumped up majority of the time. So if I were you guys, I'd go help in this play, but this is the favorite one I'm rocking with on the day. So if you guys are going to take anything from this video, I would recommend Derrick Jones Jr. over that 3.5 rebounds line, which is my player of the day. So this is my favorite one I'm rocking with on the day, and that's my player of the day. So to continue on this little 6-man that I gave you guys, on the other side of the ball in this matchup, we're going to be looking at Naz Reed over his points, his 12.5 points. Now, he's been going crazy this whole series. As you guys can see in their last 3 matchups, 15, 23, and 14. He's just been balling out against these guys, and his minutes have been just going up tremendously. As you guys can see, before in this last series, he was averaging like 20 against Denver. And then now in this series, he saw 24, 31, and 29. So again, with the absence of the bigger guys on this Dallas Mavericks team, I feel like Naz Reed should really have an easier matchup just going against smaller guys. He's a pretty tall dude, and they're just going to really be lacking height with, again, Lively being out, just having a reserve to, I think, Powell off the bench and everything a lot more. So Naz Reed should be able to do his thing and just get those buckets. He should have an easier matchup without that defensive threat down there in the paint. And he's been knocking down threes, as you guys can see. If we look at his last head-to-heads against these guys, he's gone over 3 straight. And so far in this series, he's been taking a lot of shots, 9, 13, and 10, which is insane for his line, only being at 12.5. He's been taking a lot of threes as well, 6, 9, and 5, which is insane. And if we look at this Dallas team defensively against opposing centers, there's nothing special. Power forward center position, which Naz Reed plays. He typically floats around at 3, so I'd consider him more of a power forward than even a center. They're ranked 22nd in points allowed to that opposing position, giving around 25 points a game. So again, they've been super vulnerable to that spot, and it has shown a lot recently. As you guys can see, he's just been balling out 15, 23, 13, 14. So again, I think this should be another game where he just goes crazy and does his thing. And with the absence of size on the other side of the ball, with Lively likely to be out in this matchup, he should go out there and do his thing and just really score the basketball. So this is my second player that I'm rocking with on this 6-man on the day, Naz Reed, over that 12.5 points. As you guys can see, this one's starting to get hot. 7.3K people are already on this one, so it's a hot player for a reason. Great value. And if we look at other sportsbooks value on this one, there's pretty good value as well. FanDuel minus 132. Caesars minus 142, which is pretty good. So again, insane value on those sports books. They're pretty confident in this play as well. And then with the last pick on this game, Timberwolves versus Mavericks, game 4, we're going to be rocking with Kyrie Irving over his points line, his 23.5. Now I know he's had his struggles, especially in this OKC series, but in this recent series against this Minnesota team, he's really been balling out. As you guys can see, in his last 5 games, he's gone over this line 4 of those 5 games, going over 80% of the time. Obviously, he didn't hit this game, but I believe he should have another good game. And just he's been balling out, trying to close out this series right away. Last game, he just saw 33 points. And literally all the games he's hit against these guys recently in their head-to-heads, 36, 35, 30, 30, 3. So he's just been dropping over 30 points a game. His line is only 23.5. So again, I feel like he should really ball out. He's been super confident against these guys and just taking shots, as you guys can see in this series so far. 23, 16, and 20. So this could only go up from here. 20 is like the least amount he's seen in this last couple head-to-heads so far this season against these guys. In the regular season, he took 23 shot attempts and 27. So I feel like he's just going to go crazy, trying to win at home and just send these guys home, trying to get to the playoffs and face his former team, the Boston Celtics. So I feel like this should be a great game where Kyrie Irving just balls out. His minutes have just been crazy, averaging 40 minutes a game, and there's just a super high ceiling for him to hit this line over. So if we look at Minnesota defensively, obviously there's nothing there. They're just top tier against every position, so can't do nothing about that. But what I really love is the value that Kyrie Irving takes, the amount of shots at the end of the game whenever it's a nice close game. All these games have been super close, as you guys can see, within 5 points each game literally. So typically in the fourth quarter, this dude just balls out, takes majority of the shots, him and Luka, and like laid the prime time, crunch time, end of the game. He's going to be the one likely taking the shot. So even if this line's like not even close to halftime, I'm still not worried about that with the amount of volume that this dude receives and those ending of the game. So again, he's a closer. He just really goes crazy at the end of the games and just been balling out, been showing up clutch. So this is my third player that I'm rocking with on this game that we got. As you guys can see, it's the number 3 hot pick on Price Picks right now. 8.1K people are on this one, and he is hot for a reason. Other sports books, it's just kind of normal value, as you guys can see. FanDuel has him at pretty good value at minus 130. Caesars minus 133, but all the other sports books are just kind of the same, which they typically have their players at every day. So these are the 3 that I'm rocking with on this NBA matchup for this Tuesday, May 28th. Dallas Mavericks versus Minnesota. Derrick Jones Jr. over that 3.5 rebounds. Naz Reed over that 12.5 points. Kyrie Irving over that 23.5 points. These are my 3 that I'm rocking with. If you guys don't like WNBA, then you guys can just go ahead and use these picks. But we're going to be giving you guys a 6-man with those WNBA players that we got on the board. So with that being said, we're going to hop right into the WNBA with our first player. We're actually going to be looking at all 3 first halves. I feel like there's a lot more value on these ones. And we're going to be looking at Diana, I don't even know how to say her last name, but over her first half points, her 8.5 line. As you guys can see, Suggs-Son, she's been dealing with the injury recently, an elbow injury and an ankle as well. So it's likely that she's going to be sidelined in this matchup. So again, should be a lot of upside. Diana and whatever this other player should see more playing time than usual, like this little outlier tool is showing us right there. So again, with that injury right there, even though she's been receiving crazy minutes in the first half so far this season. If we look at 2024, she's been on averaging like 15 minutes a game. Now with the absence of that, I feel like they should go up or even just stay the same. 15 though is still great value for only 8.5 points from her. She's exceeded this line in 4 of her last 5 games. Obviously, these are only 5 games they played this season, and this matchup against this Connecticut team is a pretty good one for her. If we look at their last couple of head-to-heads, only 60 minutes and 13 minutes played. Last matchup recently, only 13 minutes played, gone over this line at 11. So again, she's been at this line every single time, and with the absence of her, she should see a lot of increase in just shot attempts and everything. So insane value. I expect her to bang out this line. Not really much else to break down on this WNBA player right there. They don't even give us the defensive statistics and everything. So just kind of gonna fly through these. Don't want this video to be super long, so we're gonna go to the WNBA first half right here. And over that 8.5 first half points. And then with the second WNBA pick that we're rocking with, we're going to be looking at 2 unders on the last 2. We're going to be looking at Natasha Cloud under her first half points, her 5.5 line. I love this line for her. As you guys can see, she's failed to exceed this 5.5 first half points in 4 of her last 5 games, averaging 4 so far this whole season in the first half. As you guys can see, the first game she went crazy, but this was against a weak defense. Now she's going against the #1 defensive team in the league right now, I believe. I'm not sure why this outlier tool isn't showing it right now, but I was looking at it recently, and they're the #1 defensive team, so I expect her to just go crazy and do her thing with the under on this first half points. As you guys can see, she's been receiving a lot of minutes recently in the first half alone, 17, 16, and she has still gone over this line, under this line every single time, 3 points and 2 points, even with those super high minutes. So again, she's been struggling recently, and now that she's going against that #1 defense, going 80% under this line this whole season so far, it should be just a conclusion of her going under. So she's been having her struggles, and I expect her to just continue, and she has a tough matchup right here. So we're going to be rocking with the under on Natasha Cloud on that first half 5.5 points. So under right there. And then with the last pick that we are rocking with on the day, we're going to be looking at Caitlin Clark under her 9.5 first half points. If we look at her on the whole season, as you can see, she's played 7 games. She's only gone over this line 1 out of the 7 games, just really having the struggles in the first half. If you guys have watched the WNBA so far, obviously you guys have probably been there for Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese. She really hasn't been finding her rhythm at the start of the games. Really in the second half, she's been doing her damage. Majority of her points, I believe more than 70% of her points from each game have came from the second half. So she's been seeing her first half struggles, just really hasn't been able to get comfortable and get warm right away. Caitlin Clark has failed to exceed this 9.5 first half points in 4 of her last 5 games versus top 5 defenses for points allowed. So now she's going against the Sparks team, which she has had her struggles with in the past. As you guys can see, last matchup is against the Sparks. She had 17 first half minutes played and only 5 points. This team really gives up on average less than 80 points a game to opposing defensive teams. So again, not a super high ceiling for her to just get those buckets easily. They're going to have those defensive just threats on her this whole time. And as you guys can see, she's just really had her struggles recently, and I expect her to just continue. With 17 minutes played in that last matchup and only 5 points, that's 17 minutes is one of the highest amounts of minutes she's seen the whole season, and she's still went under. That's just a super high ceiling for her to continue the struggles against these guys, and just being a top 5 defensive team with those points allowed should just equal value for her to hit the under right there, and I just feel like she should really struggle to find her rhythm right there. So Clark under that 9.5 points right there. That is our last play that we're rocking with on the day. Again, this is my last little 6-man that I'm be giving you guys on the day. I know I typically do not do 6-mans on the channel, but we got a nice little 3-game slate for the WNBA, and then just a great game with the whole Dallas Mavericks versus Minnesota Timberwolves. I found 3 great players on, so we're going to be rocking with the 6-man. Last 6-man that we gave you guys on the channel went 5 out of 6, so you got unlucky. Should have went 6 out of 6, but she banged out a 3 to end out the quarters, so can't do nothing about that. But we would have swept that one 6 out of 6. So we're going to bounce back in today with this nice little 6-man that we got. Again, if you guys are going to take anything from this video, I'd recommend Derrick Jones Jr. over that 3.5 rebounds. That's my player of the day. Our second player, Naz Reed, over that 12.5 points. Third play, Kyrie Irving over that 23.5 points. Fourth play, Diana, I don't know her last name, but Diana over her 8.5 first half points. Natasha Cloud over her under her 5.5 first half points. And then lastly, Caitlin Clark under her 9.5 first half points. So 4 overs and 2 unders on the day. 3 WNBA and 3 NBA. So take these, you guys can tell straight up, or even just take the NBA ones if you guys only like those. But that is pretty much all I got for today's video. Again, please drop a like and subscribe with this post notice turned on. It just means the world to me, bring out for you guys, trying to give you guys the best content. And over 50% of you guys watching this channel right now are not even subscribed. So it would mean the world to me if you could just click that button real quick. It literally takes a second. It would just really help me out. And yeah, that's pretty much all I got for today's video. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching, and let's eat today.